Many.
And so I want to say kudos to the lower house,
the House of Representatives,
who have with no reservation passed this bill. And I pray that the upper house will do the same.
Great. So there are also different views people have in terms of this new government, especially the statement from Green to the County Senator Yaya. We're talking about the government should not prioritize the establishment of war and economic support. Do you think breaking the code to Liberia has impact? What impact would that be?
Definitely, it has impact. It has the impact of Liberia Forward March, the impact that is going to help Liberia move forward. Impunity is a disease that stops development. Many people saying we should focus on development and not war crime code. They might not know what they say. From my understanding as a spirit taste, I know that anything that will affect the physical must start from the realm of the spirit. And the blood of innocent people that are speaking up in the air is sufficient to stop billion-dollar investment. The good book said, anybody who covers their sin will never prosper. So rejecting the war crime code is covering our sin. It's in knowing the wrong we have done as a nation and as people. So to overlook it, we are covering it. And once we cover it, we will not prosper, period. We can have $1 billion investment coming, $1 trillion investment coming. Those blood that was spilled are not appeased. Nothing good will come from out of us. It's a clear thing. And many people have been politicizing this. When UP was in power, they said, Honor Madam Ellen Sirleaf Johnson, they said there was no need for war crime code. When the CDC government or party was advocating for the war crime code. When the table turned and CDC came in power, they had all the power to bring in the war crime code. They refused it. Now, Unity Party at the time that said there was no need for war crime code was crying for the war crime code. And so when the table turned again, everybody expected that UP was going to say, let's wait yet. But thank God, Mr. Joseph Nyema Boakai, Ambassador Joseph Nyema Boakai, President of the Republic of Liberia, did not drop the hope, dash the hope of the people. And he decided to agree, in fact, beforehand, run for the war. I think he done great. And the lower house or the House of Representatives have also done the same. Many Liberians believe when the war crime code comes, there will be war. I want you to know there will be no war.
So my question comes in. I'm Theophilus from Who FM. You know your history during the 14 years of civil war in Liberia, and you have been linked with several history. Don't you think if this court is established in Liberia, you might go to jail as well, sir?
Well, I am not the judge. I know when the court comes, I will go to the court. And I'm going to explain just how I explained to the TRNC. I'm going to submit myself, and the judges will decide. Many people believe going to the war crime court means going to jail. There are so many people who've gone to the war crime court and they came back from the war crime court. President Gbagbo, went to the War Crime Court. He was taken to the Hague and he came back. One Kenya president went to the War Crime Court and he came back. And every one of us that will be going to the War Crime Court, like some of us who were lead players, key players, the chance of us coming back is very slim, but still there are some of us who may come back. But that is left with the judge. That is left with the judges. And even if I was killed after being declared guilty, my one life is not better for the thousands of lives that I wasted. I regret it, yes, but my one life is not more important than any of the life that was taken by me directly or indirectly. And so I don't think it's an issue about me going and coming back or staying there.
So I know you will be very optimistic, and I mean, someone may say you are really speaking the facts, especially knowing your history and admitting that what you've done in the past, just because of you covering such things, it will not be good. Do you think today, if you were called to go to justify, do you think you will be exonerated?
No, there's no justification. I have no justification for the wrong that I did. No justification. I'm guilty as charged. You see, last night I was following the spoon, and when my honorable man started speaking from his posture, I ended, I did not end the view. I did not end following spoon because the arrogance that we're displaying there is uncalled for. In fact, those are the arrogant that is going to take most of us to jail, because no wrong of anybody today can make our wrong yesterday right. Our wrong is wrong. And whether the War Crime Court comes hastily and is declared wrong, or it comes slowly, it declared wrong, it comes 50 years from now, it's declared wrong, it comes 2 days after the war got finished, is declared right, it will not make our wrong yesterday right.
These are the people that need rescue right now. Why are you worried about Prince Johnson? Who is going to a Sunday, he's walking slow, like Toto. Why are you worried about him? Rescue your nation. Look at the hospitals. Look at the schools. Bring the teachers back into the classroom. Look at the behavior. Look at the gasoline, the roads that are being built. People can't get from one village to another. Those are the things you promised in your first 100 days. War Crime Court should not be in your 100 days. Take it from your 100 days and put it into your 4th year. When you are leaving power and you bring War Crime Court, nobody will care. But when you have this government in the first 2 months you bring War Crime Court, all your program will be undermined. Now all of you having confusion. Oh, we're gonna tie them up. We'll get on to Ghana. Did you talk to Ghana? This was a country that spent thousands and millions of dollars. They sent their children here during the war and they die here. Did you talk to Nigeria? Nigeria sent their children here and they die here in this country, and they continue to insist that the war in Liberia will end. Did you talk to Guinea? Did you talk to Cote d'Ivoire? You never talk to all of these people. They are against you doing what you're doing because Liberia is still fragile. We are peaceful, but we are not stable. This is not a stabilized country. Things are going on daily and nightly. This president needs to listen and to watch and to analyze. War Crime Court, move it from your agenda now. Move it from your agenda. The Constitution does not allow a white man to be citizen in this country. No white man supposed to be citizen in this country. And you know who passed the first law? It was our brothers who came from America as slaves. And they said to us, the settlers, the originals that they met here, and they said, the white people are bad people. The way they treated us. So we came back now, we are free. But no white man should be a citizen in this country. And the other tribe, the Gola people, the Vai people, the Mende, they say, true. No white man will be citizen. And so white man is not a citizen in this country.
Okay, folks, I'd like to say welcome to the show. Welcome to the late night show. This is the show that takes so many people to bed and it wakes so many people up as well. Well, a lot of people are awake while this is on, and it just depends on where you're joining us from, your time zone, and all of that. But I'd like to say welcome to the show. The late night show is back on the radio. My name is Nelson Colette. We are streaming across the internet, YouTube, Spoon Talk Live, Facebook, Spoon TV, Fabric TV, and Super TV. We are broadcasting live across Liberia on several radio frequencies. Spoon 107.5, Fabric 101.1, Super 95.5, Gibi FM 90.9, Trust FM in Bombing County, Premium FM in Bond County, Trend Radio in Grand Crew, and of course, the list goes on. Thanks to all of you who join us here every single night on this fascinating platform where we get to talk about the trending national issues and bringing you critical analysis on those very happenings in our country. My name is Nelson Colette. A lot to talk about here tonight. Too many things happening in Liberia so fast under the rescue administration. Yes, some have started criticizing. Some people say, it's too early to criticize. But whatever the case is, democracy is at work. That's what matters the most. When we can all have the space to express ourselves without intimidation. So I'd like to say welcome to the show. Let me bring in the rest of the team here. I just saw our co-moderator. I don't know where he is. It's like he went to grab something to bite on because that's what he does most of the time. But let me bring in Mr. Jalawu Sende. You know, we're learning every day. You know, at first it was the first name. Now it's the last name that we're trying to catch up with. But Mr. Sende, welcome to the show. It's good to have you on tonight.
Nelson, good evening. From my end, good morning to you. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Okay.
And it's good to see you again. It's good to have you on tonight. As we get ready to talk about Liberia, to talk about our country, and everything that's happening here. It's good to see you.
It's good to be here, man.
The protest is over, right?
What? Which protest now? I'm not protesting.
You removed the Liberian flag the very day when we did the video in the streets about the price of rice. You said you were very disappointed that day. You removed the flag.
It was just the background. The flag is not moving. I'm telling all of you in the comment section, including the flag is not moving anywhere. It's staying right here.
Well, it's good to have you on tonight. Thanks for joining us. Brother. You know, you not believe what Afra has on. Afra bought one microphone that's not even working.
Don't bring that, man.
He mounted it on his table and his audio. But how can you have a microphone and your audio is still terrible?
But I'm telling you, I'm trying to put it together, brother.
Afra say something. Let me get the audio. Let me rate your audio quality.
Are we good? I just got it here. I'm trying to connect to my computer, brother. You know, I either way in the business, so don't mind me. I who talking behind camera, my man.
You are on camera. But it's good to have you tonight.
The quality good?
The quality is okay. It's okay.
Okay.
It's not bad. You know, rating is at 50. And
let me see. Yeah. Let me see. Is it okay?
when Kematinian go America and he trying to get you to this gadget, that's an issue. But
I
thank
mean,
you, man. It's good.
don't bring politics to my blood, even though we in the politics thing, but we have
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
but I'm trying to put my lay office
Yeah,
together, so I'm trying to put everything
that's a good
together.
one. I
Yeah.
mean, it's good.
You know, sometimes
It's
we
a
can
good.
do Zoom conversation. We're having team meetings and all of that. So I try to put my office together. So I was
Okay.
saying, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Sandy works from home, so he has
Mr.
the
Konowa, how you
experience.
doing?
I'm doing good, brother.
That's good.
Let me bring Francis on. Interestingly, the guy was chewing, and then as soon as I brought him on,
Yeah, I can
he
have my
stuck
own
right
eating
in that
class mate.
position.
Yeah, I was eating. So that was here. You let you pull it in. Yeah.
There you go. There you
And
go.
the man, you have to observing who to
Say, I
catch
beg
every
you.
day.
He can be saying I watch people in the back. Why were you doing that? He went to come talk about it. Won't
No, guys, no, man. You know, we trying to just let our people know what's happening. How else can we run the show without information
When they
dissemination?
get with me
That's
eating my
that's
peanut,
that's
my
Rudolph.
Yes,
Thanks
sir.
for joining us, man. It's good to have you on tonight.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So I know we're gonna have a great show. Mobile is in the background. He's still trying to set up. Um,
I'm still eating.
yeah, you want to grab something. In fact, what the guy did is that he cut his webcam off, so I'm not seeing him at all.
Smart
I can
move.
see
Smart
Baba.
move.
But it's good to be here. Let's kickstart the show by saying what's in our mind. I see a lot of folks in the comment section. Welcome to everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. Kindly share the program as you come on, whether it's via YouTube you're following or Facebook. Just share the program. I can tell the people in Radio Land to share the program because it's not possible. But YouTube, our online audience, kindly share the show. So let's start with you, Cindy. What's on your mind, sir? Just a meeting, then we move into our
Well,
part.
I think one of the trending issues in the country right now is on my mind.
Mhm.
That has to do with the asset recovery team that has been set up. It's a good news that the team has been set up. I see our man Martin Cody name is on there.
Yeah,
So a
yeah.
young man who is an activist name is on there. Uh, the components of the team is very diverse, and given the fact that the legal aspect is also very important, and then we will have representative from the judiciary.
Mhm.
It's very important. So we are looking forward to what that team can do. Hopefully, they will apply some level of efficiency to recover some of the missing monies and stolen resources that were taken from the Liberian people over the last 6 years. The good news is the map would be very easy, to be done. It was only 6 years that those folks were in power. So we don't need Prophet Key to do the math for us. If somebody is being paid $1,000 a month, time that by 12 and time that by 6, you know exactly within that 6 year how much a person made. And if they have
No,
a
but
property,
again, Cindy, that math,
mm,
that math resemble perfect key math small
no, that math is very
because
straightforward.
because
No, when
if you making that calculation, you also have to take into consideration other benefits that
well,
comes with the
that
position that the person occupies.
that's why we're gonna know. We're gonna know the benefits you have.
How about
I
the
mean,
person having businesses?
Nelson, those are the excuses that those individuals will make. They will attempt to make. We well know exactly what's happening. You're going to
Thank
disclose those businesses.
thank
You're
you.
going to provide all receipts from those businesses, transactions from those businesses that made you so rich overnight. So
Okay,
the team is equipped and they will do their work.
we're gonna talk more on that as well. A lot of other issues, but thanks a lot, Cindy. Um, Alfred, what's on your mind, sir? Let's hear you.
Thank you so much. Some of my talking points have already been deliberated by my brother Sandy, so I will not like to dwell on that. But I like to talk about the active members of the Armed Forces of Liberia women protest. that took place on February 11 and 12, respectively, and our president coming up on the 13th, and speaking to the nation and telling the nation that he was going to set up a team to investigate exactly what happened and to make sure that those are responsible for the protests, there should be some level of reprimand. In his accession, he also stated that the former defense minister alleged that there were some soldiers that committed heinous crime and that President Weah forgave them. And that's the reason why they were protesting against him, even though he resigned. So for me, I am interested in that outcome.
Okay.
I am very interested in the outcome of that investigation so that we can lay the matter to rest, because we don't want our active members, women, to be coming out to protest again. We want a military that is focused. We want to make sure that we provide the necessary equipment and welfare that our soldiers need, so that they will be ready at all times to defend the country, rather than us having female women coming or our women coming out again to protest for things that the government can resolve. Thanks to Amin Muda for showing a level of let me close now. Thanks to Amin Muda for coming in to help. But for me, I think that is not enough. It just, to me, a way of showing charity. Our army should not be a place where people can come and show charity. No. It's the constitutionally accepted institution, and we should make sure that we provide all what is needed to make sure that our institution stands. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot. So let's take Francis and Rudolph. I'm bringing Moba in now. Moba, thanks for joining us. Moba has a haircut. Moba, are you traveling or what?
I will be joining you guys soon.
The man licking his mouth.
I got an emergency right now on my phone. I gotta go.
The man just from eating.
Okay.
You can see him licking his mouth. He just from eating.
Moba, are you traveling or what? You have a new haircut. But anyway,
so what you want to tell the man haircut here when he traveling?
Moba, you have an issue. It's like you have to log out and log in because the audio. No, we're not hearing you at all.
So the man here until he can travel. Wow.
Yeah, so let's hear from Francis and then Rudolph. Then Moba will come in. I want to address something real quick. Yeah, well, go ahead, Francis.
Yeah, guys. I mean, good morning to our folks in Liberia. Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Yeah, today's a great day, man. Every day is something new coming up. Folks talk about President Barker, his first 30 days, chaotic, blah blah blah. But they didn't know what was coming in the pipeline. For me, I believe 2 or 3 weeks ago on the same station, I talked about our Liberian president. They don't focus on leaving a legacy. When they leave power, what would they be remembered for doing for generations to come? And when all goes well, no, we can't hear you, Mother. If all goes well with this war and economic crime court, with the asset recovery task force that the president just set up, his legacy will be set in his first year.
KMB can watch us, just so you know. The man can hear you talking.
Yeah. His legacy will be set in the first year. Because once the asset recovery team starts to work and the World Economic Crime Code kicks in and folks start to go and testify and people assets start to be seized and things like that, his legacy will be set for generation in the first year, and then he can just ride the wave in the next 5 and do the work of the Liberian people. Because this is amazing. It is tough. Before things get better, especially where we are coming from as a country, there's no way we can expect to build off of what the last government left, because that's what happened in all developed countries. The next government administration come in and build on what the predecessor left. But this is not the case with President Barker's administration. President Barker's administration is pretty much digging himself out of a hole, filling in that hole, and then starting the foundation. That is not a smart thing to do. You see, that's not a smart thing to do. So we should, as much as we come on here and we talk about holding the president accountable, yes, we are going to hold him accountable for things that we expect him to do. And for people, if he brings some of the corrupt people back, he needs to hold him accountable. That we are not going to compromise with the president on that. Corruption has to end in our country. But I'm so glad about what the president is doing. Every day now we see the criminals. The criminals are not shaking in their boots. They are not crying, making excuses. Even the ones that were not talking before, now they are speaking out. You can tell that the dribble has hit the fan. So people are now running for helter skelter, but we just pray that the Senate do not let the president use executive order for this War and Economic Crime Code. They should see reason. They should see that it's about time. Since the representatives have sent it to them, let them pass it too so the president can sign it. But we know if they play games with it, it will still come. So there's no way to get avoided. But they should just, show some dignity, some backbone, even though they don't even need a spinal cord to approve it. But let's just say they need a backbone. Let them grow some backbone and sign onto that bill. Let it go to the president so he can sign it. But if they don't, President Parker will use executive order. So that would be his legacy for generations to come. The War and Economic Crime Code, people, the 250,000 plus people that die in this country will receive justice. And it will be under President Parker. Since the past two administrations shamelessly did not bring it on, it will come. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Francis. I will go next, and then you, Ami, right? Okay. I am happy to be here tonight. It feels so good that we voted for. We campaigned, because I didn't go down to vote, but we campaigned and we influenced voters to vote for someone that we trust. And it feels even much better to see that what we told the people that he would do, he's already doing it. It feels so good. What is on my mind today is the trip that the president took to Cote d'Ivoire. And I know that they are not telling us that, he is going to provide current to the country or whatever. But when you use your third eye, when you use when you look at the delegate that the president took, you will know obviously why this meeting was being held. He took Morning Captain, who is the head of the LEC. And when you look at Ivory Coast within West Africa, they are the powerhouse of current. So JMB going to Ivory Coast, it is a new beginning for us, honestly. This is a time where we are about to see our people going to bed. They will no longer be going to bed in darkness, and they will not be sleeping in heat. Because it's painful, guys, that every time we log on to Facebook, we will see somebody posting photo of sweat. Oh, I went to bed last night and look at my body, the sweat due to heat. And it's not because those people cannot buy fan or AC, but it's because there is no current. So JMB has listened. JMB, I feel like his greatness after he have left office will be that he is a man who loves his country, and he is a man who listens to his people and solve their problems. I don't want to jump the gun, but from his start, I'm already beginning to put him amongst the greats, like Julius Kamaraki Nyerere, like what is the guy named John Pombe Magufuli, because those are men who love their country, and those are men who, when they got in power, they decided to fix things immediately. And that's what we are seeing from JMB. So I'm a happy man today. And I just hope that he is going to continue just how he is starting. And we will be here to support him. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Well, good evening to our listener. Good morning, wherever you're watching from. On Facebook, YouTube, radio. I hear myself. Okay. So yeah, what on my mind this evening? The Liberian people, as usual, the living condition of our people, and I think the president taking a very good direction that we all can boast of. Like our campaign during the time we were campaigning massively, we said a lot of things, and some of these things about to happen. More especially the assets recovery. And my brother that alluded to the current issue that went in Cote d'Ivoire to discuss. And there's a lot of great news coming for our country. All we can tell our Liberian people, you'll be patient. We are working. The government is working in the interest of all Liberians. Whether you seditionists, you Wiashen, you UPs, you Brakashishan, like whosoever. But the president is there to work in the interest of all Liberians, not one but all. Pretty soon, your current situation will be over. As your like a lot of people who stole your money, your wealth. We coming after them. The president listed of 15 men delegate that will be able to institute that will be able to carry on that execution of that identical assets recovery, and we will make sure the government will bring all the people to check, and they will be found, if they're found guilty, wherever they get our resources or whatsoever, they will pay, because Liberia is for every Liberian. It's not for one person. Liberia is not for one individual. Not because you're in power, you take advantage over the poor. A lot of people went to bed. Their children don't even have school fees. Some don't even have food to eat. But you're one, you get about 4-5 houses. You're one, you get 200 million in your account. You get 50 million. You get 10 million, 25 million. What you do with all that money? Where you get a lot of people suffering. So the government is about to bring all the assets to the Liberian people. As we go through and through, we will dive into all these issues. I submit for now.
Um, what's nothing? He's out.
But I mean, you already did your
Well, so
what on your mind?
what was on my mind was the fire in Liberia. Every time, like people showing fire, someone's burning. I don't want to sound like I'm giving some kind of conspiracy theory here or whatever. It's just something that just touched me when I seen the last fire this evening. And I'm like, are these things like normal or it's starting to look fishy? Because usually during the dry season, LEC is always messed up. Okay. So why is this so much? Or is it because this is my first time really paying attention to Liberia? Is that why I'm seeing it like it's being like too many fires happening all over the country, or has it always happened like this? Because now it's starting to look like I'm not saying something for a fact. I'm saying it's starting to look like someone is doing something to me. That's how it's starting to look like it's not normal. Like this is a deliberate act. That's just the thought that came to me. So I don't know if this is real or this is arson, or I mean somebody trying to sabotage something. I don't know. Like, I could be wrong. Don't give me
Twist
my
up.
my my word right now. It's not a holy book. Don't. I'm
Uh,
just confused and I'm just seeing it in this light. So I don't know if anybody had that same something with me, but it just doesn't look right because this that always happen. People that posting sweat, they're acting like they've never been in darkness in the dry season. They've never been sweating like this. Well, guys just came 2 months and all of a sudden everything is falling apart in their opinion. I don't know what he doing to do that to them that they never had before. So it's very concerning to me, and I was just thinking about that. I don't know if anybody else had that thought, but I just thought I'd share.
Okay, so thank you, Emmy, and thanks to Mobile, thanks to everyone. It's important in all of these issues that you've outlined, you've talked about. I think um, it's important that the authorities give some attention to some of these issues. Like, I mean, just spoke of the fire situation. You know, it's just one incident after another one, and then another one, and then another one. Just this evening, there was another one, another fire outbreak on 19th Street in Sincor. A church was affected, several homes that were connected. You know, the way people construct, especially in, should I say, in some parts of Central Monrovia
Yeah, that's
where
the
the
single
are
around Fiamma
connected,
area there.
you know, that kind of stuff. So it was terrible. I mean, but yes, so that's why I think the government will have to take this issue about the fight against fire disaster seriously. We even need civil society organizations that will come in and find a way around it, try to work around the situation because it's very important. Just some quick, and I think someone spoke about this. The AFL wives, they had a protest the other day, set up roadblocks along the Rabat International Airport highway, and it resulted to some serious issues in the country. Well, they came back to apologize. The president, um, let's say the Senate pro tem, set up a committee to investigate. They launched an investigation. An ad hoc committee was set up to launch an investigation on the nationwide protest by the Army Wives Association. And so they concluded the report. The report was submitted to the Senate today, and the Senate uh, should have discussed that in open session, but they resorted to going to closed session, so it was closed to the media. But they discussed that report today, and yes, and the reason for that is they said due to some security nature associated with the report, so they thought to carry to a close discussion, have a close discussion around it. So that's something that we'll be getting some updates on. There's another one with the Beer Mountain protest. Yes, there's a report um, from well, a report was presented on that as well, and so they uh, they were able to discuss all of those things in a closed session today due to the security nature. Now, other than that, there were some confirmations made. People were confirmed and stuff like that. But I just want us to go to the real issues. And nowadays it's like every discussion has a connection to what happens the next day, and it has some update that comes out the next day and stuff like that. Let me bring on um let me bring on Maurice. Okay, so I think they're trying to set up. Once they set up, I'll bring them on. So every discussion is connected to the next day. So we spoke the other time about this issue with the asset recovery team that was set up by the president. It was just last evening we were talking about it. Read the executive order that was issued by the president, and we made some analysis around that executive order, and how serious this administration is with respect to that. Well, others said that the asset recovery team is a waste of time. It's not important. Waste of resources. It will not bring about the kind of result. But this is where we are. Um, the team was finally set up. I think I just want us to take maybe just a minute or so on this one as we move to our next talking point. Yesterday we were discussing the report, the how do you call it, the executive order. Today is the team that is being set up. Progress is being made with respect to everything surrounding this. But let's talk about those that are making up the team, those that are on the team. The kind of result. I mean, what do we expect in everything? This team is being set up by, wow, mobile, you keep coming and going back. This team is being set up at a time when a lot of people still think that there will be some witch hunt associated with this process. Some people, even at this point, still think that the whole idea was brought back because the CDC or the Unity Party wants to get at certain people. But go back and, like we said yesterday, similar team was set up by the previous administration. CDC set up the asset recovery team as well, but it did not give us the kind of result we wanted. It was later dissolved and all of that. When Councilor Arthur Johnson and the likes wanted some money to be able to do the job and so forth. But let's talk about the team. Let's talk about everything that's happening here. Just a quick one on this, then we transition to our next talking point. I want to say, well, let me try to remove this. Okay. So let me say welcome to Mr. Moses Thomas. I see you are very active, always in the comment section. Thanks for joining us tonight on set.
Yeah, good evening, guys. I've been really busy. I've been working like fewer jobs, and that's the reason why I was lost. But now I'm fine.
Oh, you prodigal son?
So, yeah, I'm the prodigal son for you guys to for now on.
Okay, it's good to have you on tonight. And let me welcome Mr. Johnson. Thanks for joining us tonight. It's good to have you on.
Thank you. I appreciate all of you guys, man.
Okay. So I just want us to make a quick take on this issue with the team that's been set up. What do you guys think? Let's make some analysis around this. Let's start with you, Amy. We're gonna take the female first because it's very important. The gender card sometimes want to play. Who are those on the team? Executive Mansion pull up this release following the issuance of Executive Order number 126, establishing the Office of Asset Recovery. President Joseph Yuma Boaka Sr. has announced members of the asset recovery team. And who are those that are on the team? Okay, so it says the team is expected to lead the charge to ensure the process, to ensure processes leading to the location, recovery, and retrieval of public assets. Who are those on the team? Councillor Edward Clark Martin, and you all know who he is, former LECC boss. I'll play an audio here about his removal, his dismissal, the way he came at the previous administration, the CDC government. And the co-chair is Mema Robertson. Miss Mema Robertson, and Alex Coffey is here,
Martin
special
Colley is
member.
there.
And you have Martin Colley is a member.
I'm
Adama Dempster from the Civil Society N is a member. Emmanuel Gongwe is a member. You have Dr. Ronnie B. Jackson is a member. Public expert. You have Miss Angel Andrews. Wow, this is blurry. Is a member as well, youth representative. And you have Victoria Mensah is a member. George Moore. And the list goes on. And you also have representatives that are there as well. But the list goes on. Due to some issue, I'm not seeing a portion of this thing clearly. But let's hear from you, Amy. Let's start the conversation with you. What do you make of the listing, the latest update on this executive order? Can we unmute, guys? Can we? Okay. Yeah.
Nothing. Can you start with someone? I'm dealing with my son right now.
Okay. So Rudolph, you want to go?
Yeah, Nelson, when I look at this, can you hear me?
Okay, I think it's much better.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, much better.
Yes, Nelson, when I look at this list, I see Liberians who are very patriotic and people who are advocates of good governance. I see Martin Colley, I see Gongwe. I may not know all of them, But the few ones that I know on this list, there are people of good moral standing. There are people who love their country and they want the best for our country. Example, Conquer, he is the chairman for the I think EFFL, right? And these are young people who are pushing for good governance. I mean, and he will tell you straight up, I did not campaign for JMB because I love him. I campaign for him because I think he can lead us in the right direction, and that's what he did. What he did. So these are men that we trust to put country first, and I think this is very good for our democracy, Nelson. So I think it's a good step forward. That's what I think. That's what I think.
Okay, thank you. Let's hear from you, Francis.
I mean, yeah, guys. For me, I don't know much about these guys on the list, but one thing I will speak on is I know the president selected these guys because they each have some expertise somewhere. Be know how to gather information, knows about a lot of these people in the government, know where their properties are, and the fact that he was able to get this executive order passed and then have a list already, probably got this team together faster than his cabinet. That should tell the Liberian people how serious he is about recouping most of our lost asset or money and things like that. Because we were all complaining here that the Pape cabinet hasn't been, he hasn't even made enough appointment yet before they even go to the Senate. And he knew he won the election on November 17, I believe, but up to now he's still putting people together. But this team, executive order today, lays out tomorrow. Pape told you he coming to do the Liberian work. And the example he's setting right now will lay the foundation for future leaders. Because everybody, Liberian let the copy. Oh, and he do it all, I will do it to you all too. So yeah, let Pape do it to them. Then when he leave office, the next administration should come and try to do it too. Because if there's anybody Pape missed in his own administration, the next administration should catch those people too. So yeah, I will welcome it, and I wish those guys best of luck, Godspeed, and let them turn every stone, leave no stone unturned until the people that even
Francis, there's this concern about witch hunt in the midst of everything we're talking about. There is this concern from some people that this might just be another effort that will be directed at some individuals who did not align with the Unity Party agenda, especially from the very start. There are some folks on the other side who, since this executive order was released, have already started expressing themselves. They've started expressing how they feel. And what I'm getting from some of them is that they think that is, in fact, the executive order came up as a way of getting back at people who maybe had disagreement with this administration. What do you think?
All right, let's just play into their narrative, right? Let's just agree. President Praga team, if you didn't steal, they will not find anything. If you stole, they will find it. So why are you sweating? You can petition police too and report say, yeah, you pay someone that he stole, but the people only put CDC, they only go after sedition. Let's just assume he only go after sedition. If you didn't steal anything, you have nothing to fear.
Thank you.
So I'm not going to listen to that stuff, man.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Sandy, let's hear you.
Well, Nelson, on this issue, we spoke last night, letting our people know that this is a welcoming news. For the fact that the team has been established, where we see some names on there that we know of. Folks like Martin Collin, who has been in the news for a very long time, advocating for justice, for Liberia, advocating for the Liberian people. It's a good thing. We see a very diverse group on there, ranging from young people, older people, people with legal expertise. So it's a good list. What I'm hoping for is that they will deliver for the Liberian people. What I don't want to see is that I don't want to see what happened during the President Weah administration, where similar team was established, but nothing came out of it. So let the necessary resources be given to this team, and let them go after those that stole for the Liberian people. Nelson, is evident that individuals that work for the Liberian people enrich themselves overnight. I mean, we saw individuals flunking, storing resources, or storing properties, buying 90,000 cars, building mansions, spraying their cars with champagne. Only in places like Liberia, you will see a politician living such a reckless, luxury life. A person who has no business, who has no other means of income, dependent solely on the Liberian people resources, taxpayer money, become rich overnight and start to show up to the Liberian people. So we know that it's easy to go after those people. I told you, we don't need a Prophet Key math, even though you said my math was not right. Those people worked for 6 years. The basic calculation is simple. We can tell that within 6 years, if a person, for instance, is making $1,000, and maybe they get some sort of incentive around $400. Let's say they make $1,400. This is just an example. We can tell easily what that individual will have made. If you want to make an excuse that you have businesses and you have other things that giving you money that earn you $1 million mansion within 6 years, well, bring the receipt. Tell her what the businesses are.
So Cindy, is there any way, is it possible to roll out this process without anything that that will be interpreted as a witch hunt? Now, I'm looking at it from a point where so many of the people who are on this team, on this committee, you take, for example, the chairperson, Mr. Councilor Martin, right? He was dismissed by the CDC government. He had a tenure position. He was removed. They were back and forth. He tried to fight his case. There were issues. I mean, he's on tape for saying that he will fight his case. He was unlawfully removed and all of that. If you have this man coming back to chair a committee that should be going after people of that very administration that he had issues with, is there any way that he'll go about doing his job that it will not be interpreted as he going after those people who maybe he had issues with before leaving that administration?
Nelson, the best person to go after is someone who you know have stolen from the Liberian people. Whether I have issue with you or not, listen, let me land my plane. Whether I have issue with you or not, whether you fire me or not, but if I have evidence or proof that you have stolen from the Liberian people, I am coming after you. What I should have is proof that you have stolen from the Liberian people. These people can use political words, witch hunt, this hunt, other hunt. What we need is to take back what they stole from the Liberian people. Period.
Thank you. Let's have Ami coming in. Then we'll take Mr. Johnson. Then we'll take Mobile, and then we'll come back to take we take Moses. Yeah, I'm struggling to. I don't know why. For some reason, the font size appears smaller for me tonight. But go ahead. I mean, let's hear you.
Yeah, absolutely, Nelson. This is, like we said last night, this is good news for our country. And I know a lot of people don't say that it wasn't going to happen. It will be the same old thing till when the list came out. Today, people now starting to change their tune. But this is what, people always come here and start to go after the president over petty stuff and oh, y'all need to hold him accountable and stuff like that. I said, those are not the kind of thing I'm interested in. What I'm interested in is that the president told us he was going to do audit. He was going to go after the Liberian people's money and bring it back during the campaign. He campaigned on these things. And then if there was anybody stealing in his government, he was going to get on it right away. Those are the kind of things I'm concerned about, you know, and want to criticize him for if he didn't do it, right? Not because he go into Ghana and he didn't sleep there. He came back the next day when he said he was going to sleep there. Those things are not concerning to me. So seeing this, like Francis said earlier, this is very encouraging because we were here. Some of us don't know him, but we just read about his record and we're here like watching. Oh, he would do that. He would do that, and I'm like, they probably better not with mission, you know. So see him going this route is really, really encouraging, and I can only hope, he does. These people that he put in there that they would do that work and not me. Some of these people, because I'm friends with this guy, even though I know something is wrong, but because he's my friend, I'm not gonna go after him, or I'm not gonna go after her. We're from Liberia, right? Everybody like to protect their own. So I don't know these guys on this list. I don't want to keep repeating this. Like I don't know anybody in Liberia, but I know I grew up in Liberia, but it's okay. Nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I'm hearing some good things about them. I don't know them personally. I don't know anything about them, but I hope and pray that they are not on that side of the table. They would be professional when they're doing their work and everything. And the thing about the witch hunt, like my brother said, let them go ahead and cry all they hunt. The ghost second coming hunt. If you didn't do anything, you don't have to worry about it. It's on a witch hunt when a person go after you and they have no evidence whatsoever. And they just say, oh, this person did this, this person did that, but well, can you prove it? No, I just know he did it. You can call it that then. But if somebody coming after you and they have to prove it, they have everything, it doesn't matter what party you're from or what corner you sat on or what Sakimoto you or greenhouse you sat on. It doesn't matter. As long as the proof is there, the evidence is there, that's all that matters. And that's what we should be focusing on. So I don't know.
Yeah, so thanks a lot. I mean, we want to take our quick transition as much as possible, but this is serious. You have the Liberia National Police represented on this committee, on this team. The Ministry of Justice is represented here, and a lot more. Let's hear from you, Mr. Johnson. Where do you stand on this? Is it a step in the right direction? The very start of the administration. Don't you think it's too early to even start this process, embarking on it when there's 100 days plan already in the pipeline that the administration should be working on?
Well, good question. First of all, I want to take this opportunity to congratulate all of you guys. And I think the future of this country lies solely in the hands of the other young people. Some of us, we are a little bit older now, right? And we know exactly the history of Liberia. But I want to use this opportunity to say thank you every day and every night when you come out here to raise issues about Liberia and that are affecting the daily lives and just about typical Liberians. So I wanted to get that out of the way first. But
thank you, sir.
When it comes to the word and economic crimes code, this is important to some of us who livelihoods were affected.
Mr. Johnson, we're coming to that aspect. That's our next talking point we're coming to.
So
wrap this up.
If it just comes to the direction, I think this is the best decision, and I'm so hyped, and I'm so looking forward to a lot of things. I'm going to sleep sound today. I am going to be one of the sleepers that will be motivated and going to be dedicated. I'll be like, Jesus Christ, thank you. At least we have a way forward, and I'm going to stop to that because I don't want to overwhelmingly express my motivation, but it is a welcoming news.
Do you think this team is going to do a great job? You think so?
Absolutely, yes. And I was a little bit confused When they said they wanted the court to be in Ghana, I was absolutely opposed to that. But when I finally understood that it is going to be in Liberia, there are so many benefits.
Okay,
Bringing
so
economic-
that's yeah, that's the war crimes code aspect there. I think we're gonna come back to that discussion. We're coming back to it shortly. We just want to make the quick transition, but I was basically asking about the this asset recovery team that
now you see, I told you I already motivated, man. But this as a recovery team, I think this is the idea of the decision is
Mhm.
best. Our country, I have been out of Liberia for more than 25 or 30 years. And every day I hope to come back. Every day I design strategy as to how I can help my country. But the corruption has always been a problem for us. So this process today, you have no idea. And I'm like, if this asset recovery can go through, that holding people accountable for their actions. This is not witch hunt. Let's just misconstrue it as it's a witch hunt. No, this is not a witch hunt. It simply means that holding people accountable for their actions. So if your actions are right, you got no fear. If you did not do anything wrong, you got no fear. But if you know that you did wrong, be willing to step forward and say, claim responsibility. I
Okay.
apologize. These are the wrongs that I did, and I'm willing to make the difference.
Okay.
Then we move on.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Let's hear from you, Moba. You want to come in? I see Moba.
Yeah, thank
You
you.
having some technical issues. So
No, man, I'm receiving a lot of calls. That's the reason. It's
okay,
not like,
please go ahead.
yeah. So I got anytime I receive call, I can hear you guys. All right. That's it. Like, I mean, we all know the list, right? For me, I know a few individuals here who get my credibility, and I respect them so much for the work they have done, and I keep doing for the country. But today I listened to my big brother Asido. He complaining like he complaining. Oh, let the people start from the other player. You know you still. Why you cry? Why are you crying? You know you're not still Asido. You know that. You already tell like when people say you're not still. But I hear you cry on radio today. On Spoon. You cry like baby. Let it start from Tarikin Town. Let it start from 1997. Jesus Christ. You know you're not still. Why you worry for somebody to start from nothing? Look, if you know you're not still, somebody, like everybody in the house, I put my son in there. The person not still, as long as I go to medicine, you see the person. There you come for it. What you going to kill somebody for? Like that how you behaving. The people say they're coming for people who stole the Liberian people money. They not say they're coming for people who not steal. That's not the people they're talking about. I said, don't rely yourself, my brother. Don't come here and lecture Liberian people about which one.
But interestingly, Moba, the mayor is not on the show. So let's
no,
speak to
my man, but that's my own saying I want to say.
yeah,
Okay,
but the mayor is not
okay,
on
let
the
me
show.
say sedition. I ain't want me to say sedition because I want to be pacific. I won't be. I'm not. How you call it? Somebody be talking on. I won't be pacific. I won't call name. So like people can know because you were on the show defending. Defending CDC today that what all they did it was right, but stealing the Liberian money it was right. So based on that, they must start the auditing. They must start the assets recovery from 2002. I don't know 2002 or what until coming all the way. You first of all you can tell all what to do. You cannot tell all where to start or when to start. There's a new government, a government for the people, by the people. It's not for, they're not CDC government, only for sedition, no. So when we're talking about assets recovery, we go with, and let me tell you, they get so high many on the list. I see Gongwe, Emmanuel Gongwe. That guy will say, who high? You don't get mad at Martin Qualley, who were in red one time, said you can take 3 days to read it. So let's do that one. So all the men, they coming with their expertise, they coming with. So you go or you come down, they will deliver. They will bring people to books.
Thank you. Let me welcome Magnus. Magnus, thanks for joining us tonight. Yeah, go ahead, Moses. Let's hear you, sir.
Thank you very much, my viewer panelists, and thank you for everybody in Radio Land and the Liberian people. Sometimes when we are addressing the the war as a recovery team, and sometimes I hear people saying the Liberian people. Every one of you guys in Radio Land, in on the show, including the entire population in Liberia, we are all considered as Liberian people. So I suggest that we use the pronoun we the Liberian people, because as we speaking, when we say the Liberian people, we are excluding ourselves of, and that cannot certify other people. So I would just say we should correct it by saying we the Liberian people. So anyway, going to the asset recovery team, I think it's a very good set record for His Excellency Joseph Numa Bwaka, President Joseph Numa Bwaka. Martin Colley, he's like my political expertise. That guy, he's very good. I love him. We talk every time on the internet. And I think all those guys that are representing the group, they are going to set a very good example for Liberia to be on the path to development. Okay. There's no doubt about it. Some people will say it's wish hunt and they're using contradictory statement, which is not going to be acceptable, because you may have your own personal feeling of addressing the war wish hunt, but I don't think there's any wish hunt, because as we are speaking, we are all speaking for Liberia and the citizen, the citizen of the Republic of Liberia. We have to be respected, we have to be loved by our country, and we have to love our country. So Liberia first, Liberians first, and Liberian last. So the asset recovery team was a very good timely bomb for the Republic of Liberia.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Magnus, finally, and then we make our quick transition.
Thank you, Nelson. I mean, I saw the list today. Firstly, I mean, I was impressed, and I'm still impressed by the announcement of the asset recovery initiative. And I think the announcement of the team today shows that the president means business. And as he said in his inaugural address, it's not going to be business as usual. So the team today is a team that is full of quality. They have Edo Martin, I mean, who is an anti-corruption czar, and they have Alexander, what's his name? Ellis Coffee. Coffee is a financial intelligence guy. So I mean, when it comes to sticky transaction, trying to bend things, I mean, he knows a way around, West Africa and around the world when it comes to financial intelligence. And you have serial researchers like Martin Colley. I mean, the list is they have quality. The list is full of quality. And I mean, I just want to, just appeal to the sentiments of people who consider this to be a wish hunt and are already scared and stuff. I mean, if you stole from the Liberian people, you are a witch. If you stole the Liberian people money, you are a wizard. If you build mansions while the people sleep, in fear, while the people go to bed hungry, you are a witch. And if you consider this a witch hunt, then I mean, we're definitely going to come to hunt you down. So if you stole the people money, then you're a witch. If you didn't steal, no need to panic.
Thank you.
Don't add when the animals went for meeting, they say the ugly animals should go draw water. I mean, surface of it to the buggy and ask Babu, you stay sitting there. I mean, so if you're not a witch, you're not a witch. I mean, no need to worry. If you still have money, whether they start from 8, they start from yesterday. My brother, you stole the Liberian people money, you will have to pay.
Well, thanks a lot, Magnus. Let's make a quick transition now. Yesterday we had a discussion around this war crimes code thing. It was very interesting, the different points. Senator Yaya Nimle of Grand Julia County seriously kicked against this action. He says it is not timely. He said, take it from there. Take it from your agenda for now. Kick it to the third, the fourth year. If you try it now, it will undermine the progress. But today we had a contrary view from another actor. This time around, Evangelist Milton Bly. He has a history as well. You know that. He doesn't like to be associated with his dark past, but he used to be called General Botnike. So this is what he had to say today about this whole war crimes code thing.
Those blood that was spilled are not appeased. Nothing good will come from out of this. It's a clear thing. And many people have been politicizing this. When UP was in power, they said, Honor Madam Ellen Sirleaf Johnson, they said there was no need for war crime court. When the CDC government or party was advocating for the war crime court. When the table turned and CDC came in power, they had all the power to bring in the war crime court. They refused it. Now, Unity Party at the time that said there was no need for war crime court was crying for the war crime court. And so when the table turned again, everybody expected that UP was going to say, let's wait yet. But thank God, Mr. Joseph Nyuma Boakai, Ambassador Joseph Nyuma Boakai, President of the Republic of Liberia, did not drop the hope, that's the hope of the people. And he decided to agree, in fact, beforehand, run for the war. I think he done great. And the lower house or the House of Representatives have also done the same. Many Liberians believe when the war crime court comes, there will be war. I want you to know there will be no war.
So,
that's Mr. Bly right there for you. Contrary to what we got yesterday from Senator Yaya Nimle, Evangelist Bly is saying that there will be no war. Nothing will be undermined. In fact, he believes that will settle the issue about the innocent blood that are crying. He said Liberia is losing millions, if not billions of dollars because those innocent blood. I mean, let's talk about this. Two views, two actors expressing different views on this issue of war crimes court. Now let's start with you, Cindy. Then we take okay. Then we'll come to you.
I thought it was starting with me. What happened to the night? Inconsistency.
The you see. but let's take Cindy, and then we'll come to you. I mean, you're here. You're a co-moderator. Just
Nelson is taking me intentionally because those guys, according to
that's my grandkids. Okay.
My uncles.
Yeah, John said the guys are uncle.
Yeah, my uncles. So we have a grandkid there. Look, Nelson, we heard from Joshua Bly, who seems to be remorseful, who over the years has been saying to the Liberian people that I committed crimes, that I have no reason, no excuse. I have absolutely zero excuse for my actions, and that I'm willing and ready to face justice. He is assuring Liberians that, look, when this thing comes, when the war and economic crime could come, don't be afraid. We will not experience any chaos. You know, as opposed to what other people are saying, like what Senator Thomas Nimle Yaya is saying, Mr. Blight is saying, this is what we need, so that those who were killed during the war by some of us, Bly, I'm quoting Bly, can have rest. He also mentioned something that because Liberia has not getting justice, and what happened to our country has not we have not getting justice for what happened to the Liberian people. Millions of dollars, billions of dollars are passing by us.
Mhm.
That aspect, Nelson, is an aspect of lack of reputation. Our outside partners do not have strong reputation when it comes to Liberia. They do not trust us because we have not been accountable to ourselves and to our own people. So when you have not been accountable to yourself and your people,
Okay,
a lot
so
of people will not
you don't
trust.
believe you don't agree with him on that aspect about Liberia losing millions of
No,
dollars?
I agree with him. I'm trying to explain to you. I agree with him. The reason we
But
have been losing,
what does the War Crime Code have to do with Liberia losing millions of dollars?
that's what I'm explaining.
That's what he explained.
That's what I'm explaining. They're saying reputation, accountability. When those things are not addressed in your country, when you cannot give justice, when justice cannot be prevailed, people don't want to do business with you. They don't trust they don't trust you. They don't trust your system. They run away from you. So what he is saying, there are investors, there are partners that may have high interest in developing Liberia, but because we have not accounted for what happened to us and to our people, and we are skipping it and giving
Sandy,
preferences
we are
to those
seeing
same
two
people.
actors here. We are seeing two actors here. Just finally for you on this one.
We
We're seeing two actors.
allow.
One of the actors is saying that this thing is not right. It's not timely. We should kick it out. Then the other actor is saying that, look, let's bring it. In fact, no war will come. Everything will be on course.
I told you
But
last
what do you
night.
think is happening here?
I told you last night that the Senator Tomo Nimlen Yaya, President Tomo Nimlen Yaya, that's how we call him, President de Model, just came into power. Less than 2 months. The messenger gave me 4 years. Let me enjoy my senator role. I get kicked in the thing that you want to kick me out. And we have one who is not into government or governance, who has consistently over the years been telling the Liberian people that I'm sorry for what I've done. I did terrible things to the Liberian people, and I want justice to come for the Liberian people. I'm willing and ready to face justice.
Okay.
One want to maintain his job, let him enjoy some more for 4 years before you bring it. One is saying this is good for us, it's timely, and let's do it. And I think I support Bly at this time. Bly is saying the right thing, so let's support Bly. And he said it. He said some of us may not come back if we go to this thing. So he's ready to actually go to jail and pay for his crime. I will hope that some people that have committed crime. Now we have a Prince Johnson in Grange there. We have a Prince Johnson in Nima. We have a Prince Johnson in Lofa. We have Prince Johnson everywhere. Let those Prince Johnson who are saying we did the right thing for our people, we defended our people like Yaya said yesterday, come and face justice. And if the law says yes, you defended your people, you go free.
Thank you, Sandy. Thank you. Let's do you there. Mr. Johnson, let's hear your take on this. Then we'll move to Amy. You are muted. Okay, let me unmute you.
No, interestingly, I have to support my brother. I think Nimlin, Yaya Nimlin, is one of the persons that causing Liberia today to be where Liberia is. Let's be frank. Yaya Nimlin misled Liberia yesterday when he appeared on Spoon TV and arguing that war economics and war crimes code should be pushed back 4 years from now, that the GMB government should take this off their plates until they can meet education, all of this. But the least that he understood is not Liberia's concern. Liberia is struggling today because no investors can trust our country because of our judicial system. It is corrupt. And we have so many things that have gone unpunished that cannot be fixed. and we have no legal system. This war crimes court is going to be able to come and enforce our processes, our systems, and it will set a precedence where anybody who is appointed to serve under government would think twice: should I be corrupt, or should I go to war? Should I advocate for destruction? There are consequences to those things, those decisions. And I do not, for one bit, think that this dude should be even a senator in our government. He shouldn't be. But however, his community elected him. But he is a disgrace to this community. And I think we all should hope and pray that Joseph Boakai and at least the people that we rely on, we think that they will help our country, let them come and help our country to move this country forward. Our generation is already damaged. Your generation at stake, and the generation that comes after you guys is on the line. And I will be so freaking pissed if I see you guys rejoicing that, hey, we gonna support how do you call it, Yaya Yami? His name is Yaya Yami. And I'm sitting there scratching my head. Are you serious? We cannot do that. We cannot do that. We are worried about your generation now. My generation is already messed up because they drove me out of my country, and I don't even want to go there. But we have to think about Liberia first.
Thank you.
And Bly, I am not going to in any way, form, or shape say that he's one of the greatest person, but his position is what I support. That he's willing to pay the consequences for his actions. Accountability is key. It's important. The only way we can have a clear system, accountability, and accountability. I'm gonna stop.
Thank you. Emmy, let's hear you on this one.
Yeah, Nelson. So the other day when we were talking about this topic, I told you, I said the only person that I see that have a remorse for what he's done was what's his name again, Sandy?
Bly.
Bly.
Joshua Bly. Bly.
So yeah, that's the guy. So this is what I've been talking about. He look at what he's saying. After all this horrible stuff this man has done, he realized that innocent blood are crying. It's crying. You gotta do something about it in order to see, your way forward. So he's really he's been consistent. This is not like something he's been saying. I don't think he's even. I heard someone said that even during the TRC or whatever, even things that people did not accuse him of, he brought it out. He said he did it. He admitted to doing it. That's what you call. I mean, well, none of us are perfect, and nobody's saying whatever he did was good or whatever. But if you've done something like that, and you go into people's houses and saying, even you could get killed in their eyes, right? Telling them, "Oh, I did this to your family, and I just need you to forgive me." Or something. I mean, I think it's genuine. Then people will get up, you go open church, and then you got no sermon. You go there every morning, and then you talking about war and economics. Congo. They say they're doing their one yet. They say they want to do their one yet. With no Bible verse or anything, and then I will protecting my people and blah blah. It's nonsense. Okay, that church is fun. I just see it as a cover up. I will believe the one that way remorseful and going around asking people and know what he's done and know the implication of this thing and know how good it is for the country. He's thinking about the country and not himself. That is the most important thing that we have to take from this thing. Okay. And this is the one reason why these people are in government, Nelson, because our country, we just because we let the war crime and economic crime go, so we just let everything go. When a person is accused of doing something, I know people in like, bro, it's an allegation. It's an allegation. Yes, when you have an allegation over, you're supposed to clear your name before you even go to run for any office like that. That's what it's supposed to be. If someone can tell you said, God forbid, Nelson arrest somebody, oh, it's an allegation that Nelson run for senator. Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you let Nelson to go and clear his name if he was wrongfully accused? think he can, after that, he can go and do it. But you were leaving like that, knowing our people, if
Hmm.
they don't know, it's something they will see. If it, in little money or whatever, they will vote for that person. And you let the person go ahead and run for senator. All those people that took part in the war, none of them supposed to be near government office. They're not supposed to let them to run for senator. They are not talking about the ones that are being accused or sanctioned and all of that. This is the mentality. This is the culture and impunity. All that thing. This is what this war and economic crime would do to eliminate that, to take that off the table in Liberia, and that's why it is important. We need to support it. And I agree with Blade.
Thanks a lot. I mean, let's hear from Francis, then we'll take Rudolph.
Yeah, man. I mean, you guys said it all. We see one person remorseful, one person being defiant, and I mean, honestly, Bly probably committed more heinous crime as an individual than all of those guys combined. But you see, he come up today. He's been remorseful for years. He even wrote a book describing everything he did. It doesn't mean he will be set free when he goes to the court. Who knows? But for the other guys to just be coming out now out of the woodwork now, joining Senator Prince Johnson, all of them being defensive, it's just disgusting to see stuff like that. But but I don't blame these people. You get Prince Johnson 27 years to be a senator after killing all these people or committing all these crimes. Then you just elected Yaya to the Senate. So that's all we do. Reinforce bad behavior. Then we're concerned about why good things are not happening to us. When you got bad people all in position of authority, what do you think will happen to you? No good person won't touch you, even with a pole. So that's what's happening to us. But yeah, I mean, not much to say about it. One person remorseful, one person defiant, and both of them did the same thing or similar things. Liberia, we just need to get our act right. I mean, we need this court. It's about time that the court.
Francis, we're at a point now where one person is saying that if we bring this thing, it will destabilize the country. It will undermine the country. In fact, Senator Prince Johnson says something similar, that his people will come out to protect him if he tries to bring this thing. Now, Mr. Bly, on the other hand, is saying that, look, for those who are saying that, nothing will happen. We need it, and we need it now.
But Nelson, I said this before. Every time Prince Johnson make a threatening statement, I always tell him, the people that he brought from Boudou, they are probably grandparents now. Their children watching TikTok on their iPhone 14, iPhone 15 in Ganta. They're not going to die like when their grandparent came and they never saw flush toilet before. They were just chasing them from Nimakane running, coming to fight. These children is being in Ganta on their farm or in their stores and stuff, and they're watching Instagram video going live. They're not about to kill themselves for old man like Prince Johnson who got a fake church in Nima County. It's not going to happen.
Thank you.
Bly is right. No war will come to that country. He's not going to scare anybody to keep him running around Liberia with impunity.
Can I jump in there for a minute?
Yeah. So we're gonna give you 20 seconds quickly, just 20 seconds.
Exactly. The crap that Prince Johnson is saying, those just are outdated. Days of Prince Johnson are outdated. If Prince Johnson should for some reason be drunk and think that Liberia is going to go back to the dark ages, some of us have came out here, we've served diligently, and we serve military-wise, and he will be making a huge mistake. So he better not think that. Thank you.
Thank you. Rudolph, go ahead. Let's hear you, sir.
I mean, I think it has all been said already. But next thing, what is very troubling to me is the fact that when you listen to this whole argument about war crimes code, the older guys are the ones who are most scared. The guys who have already lived their life, like Prince Johnson, Yaya Nimble. But then when you look at someone like Yeke, he is young, but he even voted for it. You look at someone like Milton Bly, he is not as old as Prince Johnson. He is also young. And he is saying that I am ready to face this. So what is going on? What is wrong with the older people generation? What is going on? Is it because they want to keep enjoying like you
Greed.
yeah, I think that is thank you. I think that is just greed. Because Prince Johnson, I am not God, but Prince Johnson doesn't have more than 20 more years to live. But then, like,
no, come on,
No,
Rudolph, you can't say that.
No,
You don't know that.
No, Rudolph, you can't say that. You have to take it back. You have to take
okay,
that back.
Nelson, for the sake of that's why I said I am not God. But for the sake of this show, I would take it back. And
Yeah,
Nelson,
don't make that kind of pretension.
Nelson,
Then
Nelson,
tomorrow when something happening, they say the main predator on late night show. Come on.
Nelson,
If he chooses to bring back a war in Liberia, then he ain't gonna have that much.
Nelson, the thing is this, right? You know,
yeah.
Prince, I think Mr. Johnson, Yaya Nimland, they are living on their names. Those guys cannot do anything anymore, Nelson. Let's be frank. Have you watched Prince Johnson walking into session? He's slow. What can Prince Johnson do again to
No, but it's about the mindset. It's not about the energy and all of that. Come on. It's about the mindset, the training, and everything the man has.
Military is about energy. It's about motivation.
That was what I was about to say. Nelson, it's going to take him again to train new people. Does he have energy to train people to come and do anything to us? So I feel like, Nelson, these are all scared tactics, and we should not listen to it.
Thank you, lad.
JMB was the only person who could have done this, and he has done it, or he is doing it. And,
but
it is
one interesting thing here is that, and we're gonna move to Magnus and then Morba. But one interesting thing here is that the lower house passed on this thing. The Senate, it was introduced on the floor on Tuesday, and then Thursday, it was brought on the floor for discussion. Well, the senators argue that, first of all, they want to have an understanding, the legislative senator, DeLon and others, they want to have an understanding as to whether this is a bill coming from the lower house or a resolution or what have you. Now, following the back and forth on this issue, they then resorted to going to taking that issue to committee room to discuss it due to the security nature. Now, going to committee room, there are two committees that are going to take on this issue: the committee on judiciary and the committee on security. Can we mute, guys? Can we all mute? The committee on judiciary and the committee on the committee on security, Momo Cyrus and so forth. But this is where we are. Even today, at the very Senate, when this issue was introduced, you could see that the senators were divided on it. So it's just one phase talking about the lower house passing on this. But the next phase, where it's going to get sticky and a little bit rocky, is at the Senate. But let's hear your take on this, Magnus, then we take Morba.
You know, it was very hilarious when I saw the interview from Senator Thomas Yaya Nimle. You know, all of these people, everybody had this scared, but they were just pushing Prince Johnson to be the poster boy for the whole thing. But I mean, Nelson, these things will happen, and as we progress in this whole war and economic crimes code, you're gonna hear more interviews from people like Senator Thomas Yaya Nimle. Maybe probably tomorrow we don't even know what Segu Damante is, but probably he will have his own interview too, if he stay alive, because I haven't even heard of him since 2005.
He's very sick. He's very ill.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So I mean, all of these things and all of the statements that people are making, like, oh, it's going to destabilize the peace, I think it's just about scare tactics. I mean, Liberia is not going to go back. People who follow these people, I mean, at the time people took up arms to defend quote unquote defend, and some of them went the extra mile to do mayhem to other people. There were genuine reasons why some people took arms to defend. Does this reason exist currently? No. The people in Nima they're not gonna stop, say government will not do this because you're taking Prince Johnson to court. At the time the guys in Nima, our brothers in Nima, took the arms, they were being suppressed, they were being oppressed. But there is no oppression, there is no suppression. The Grandidians, when they took up arms, there was conflict in the country. I mean, even the local defense force, there were factions. I mean, it was much more like everybody was defending their own. But those conditions does not exist anymore. So can we say we're going to destabilize the peace because you think Grandidians are willing to die for Thomas Yaya Nimle at this point when he riding for the 5,000 air condition car? No, I don't think so.
What does it for the 5,000 air conditioned car have to do with rallying?
Because
come on, man.
How does it benefit? How does it benefit, right? An environment to come.
No, but listen. Here is the other side of the argument. The man was not riding. He was not driving for the 5,000 car, and he rided people to do XYZ for him. Why don't you think that he can ride even more people at this time when he's driving for the 5,000 car and he's living in luxury?
Nelson, the difference there is the people have besides if he mobilize people now, it will be Thomas Yaya Nimle initiative. But then when you are leading those people, it was Grand Jida initiative or whosoever that believe the cause back then. So they were being driven by the cause, they were not being driven by him. So if he's going to court today, is Thomas Yaya Nimle going to court? Is not Magnus going to court? If I go for it today, brother, and the attachment to that war, the first thing people will start thinking is you follow behind that man early there, you go for it. When they take a picture, all of y'all go join him. You think I want to go to court?
Thank you, Magnus. Mobile, let's hear you on this one finally. Okay, and then we'll take Moses. Yeah.
Thank you, Nelson. Well, Prince Johnson, Thomas Yaya, Huso Yaya, they were complain. People say they were thought tired, no evidence. Look, we all lost a lot of people in this war. Look, the war started 1987. It ended 1997. From there, it went up to 2003. 150,000 human beings lost their life in our
250, bro.
You better 150. So that
who even did that math? I don't even believe that number.
No, don't show us your computer screen.
No. They said 150,000 people. But then they want you to maybe when they are like, but the one I get it.
But why should you try the 2003 numbers?
But maybe I want what is it? Prince Johnson.
Yeah, but go ahead.
Let me go to the main issue. Right? Yeah. Okay, let's assume all the people lost their life, my brother. And then we calling people for accountability. And then people, we see who lawmaker who supposed to pass law that will benefit the people, that will be in the vanguard for the Liberian people, for the Dark people who suffering, who someone not even get food to eat, right? And he coming up holding press conference telling Liberian that he want a war crackle because war crackle not put food on the table. Now he said it to how many bills he put on the floor that putting food on the table for the suffering masses. How many bills he put on the table? Since we want to discuss the issue, Baka one can do all. He get the power in your hand. How many bills? That's the question the should be asking him. He shouldn't come here and talk against war crime code. The war crime code will establish it, and anybody found guilty will carry you Ghana because that's where the prison company in Ghana. That's where will carry you and you will serve your term. We're not yet though. Bly, let me go to Bly. You see, I've been following Bly for a long time. Even when he was doing that confession, he said a lot of things. And for people that aren't here to justify, I mean, aren't here to back him or whatsoever. But blindness on the case, when you look at blindness on the case, compared to Prince Johnson and other kids, it's different. Bly, according to him, he was small when he get initiated, right? So that point, although what he did was, it was wrong, killing people, killing innocent people, it was, all is wrong. That's the reason why let him go and exonerate himself to the War Crown Court. A lot of people will go there, someone will be exonerated, someone will go facing justice. Okay, Prince Johnson is saying he's going to defend your people, we agree. But at the end of the day, you start killing innocent people. That's where the problem came from. It's not you talking about going to defend my people, and then you're not defend your people, but you killing innocent people, killing people, we call it genocide, putting people in house, shooting or burning down churches. It's wrong. So you gotta go and testify. At least let the bread move on Liberia, because there's a lot of things holding the identical war crown issue. There's a lot of development. And it's not a lot. That's true. Like I said, you think a lot of people want money, but look at Severine. Look at Severine. You know how many money Severine getting? Go read it.
But again, Moba, the argument that a lot of folks have put for is that how does war crimes court put food on the table of the suffering masses?
Good.
Listen to Senator Yaya, for example. Okay, so you raised a very good point when you said that when you asked the question about how many bills have he put for that has provided or that is putting food on the table of Liberians. But again, how does this court, and that's the point he came in with, how does the court address the issue of the 100 days deliverable? No car will get stuck in the mud. How does the court develop the rules? How does the court make sure that the prices of basic commodities on the Liberian market are reduced? How does the court, is the court, the establishment of this court, in any way going to address those bread and butter issues that the Liberian people are faced with? Sandy, don't sleep on us.
Thank you, Nelson. You see,
I'm stretching my neck. I'm not speaking.
If you're in a country, right, what hold people for that action, for that doing, like for corruption, for murder and other things, accountability. Let me not put it that way, right? In every aspect, you will realize that a lot of companies, a lot of people want to come in and develop your country, because you know what? Your country live on laws. Now let's go to the aspect of the War and Economic Crime Code, right? First of all, let me start with the Economic Crime Code. The Economic Crime Code, it tells you that the corruption in our country will be minimized. Number one. Number two, all the people who stood on from the country will be brought to justice. And that's why the American people are trying to build trust in this government. Now, let's go to the War Crime Code. Let's go to the War Crime Code, Nelson. You know, a lot of people in our country still get married for certain people because their family member will kill each from them. They want justice. Look, the last time I checked, Emmanuel Savage, who in Canada, he get over almost close to 5 million signatures. Liberians who want War Crime Code. So tell me.
No, it was not 5 million.
I said close to that. Listen to my English, my mouth. Do you know mouth? What be let me tell you?
But
let me do my mouth.
Listen, Mama.
Okay.
Our population is at 5 million.
I said close to. About 5 million, 3 million, we agree. But there was a million.
5,000 signatures.
But is it 5 million in Liberia? What about us out of Liberia?
Slow down, like he gave
we agree to it because but we agree to it. Listen.
Yes, do on a map.
Do on a map. Let my mappy. Give me back. So okay, let me go ahead, right? So there was a signature, right? A lot of people signed on our identical paper that they want War Crime Code. So if we're doing the counting, there's a lot of people who in Liberia today. Some of them they're walking, talking, right? Because some of them people were killed right from there. They won't see that, and the people who did that act, they're walking freely. Some of them riding air condition car, and the people that did the act, what they're doing? They on the farm. They can't even get food to eat. Their children are going to school. Some of them going crazy. The end of the day, we're gonna sit down and talking about War Crime Code. We see one senator coming sit down. Well, he even passed one bill for his country to develop. He passed one bill for him to say,
in his defense,
literally Liberian people about. Look, let me conclude by saying this. Liberians, your rest and show. War Crime Code, it will come. Economic crime code, it will come.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, let me conclude now. Don't call me over. You want
okay,
me to
take 2
look?
seconds.
Some of ESG, that's gonna give me more time, but okay.
No, I'm not giving you more time. You
yeah, Mamelo. So now they think can make up there. You love maker, you can pass building talking about their Baka focus on a 200-day delivery. What you doing as a lawmaker? You get the power in your hand. What you doing?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Don't let you all about walk around code.
But
it will come.
Interestingly, the very lawmaker whose comment or analysis on this whole war crimes code thing has taken the center stage of the national discourse now is at the Senate. Now, you have a lot of lawmakers. So many of those people at the Senate. Forget the lower house. I don't know how that thing played out at the lower house. It successfully passed. But we are moving now to the Senate. If it doesn't get to pass through the Senate, then there's a problem. Then there's a problem. But let's hear from Moses. Let's hear from Moses. I saw Rudolph hand up. Let's hear from Moses. We got to take a few calls from our folks just before.
Thank you very much, my respected panelists and the Liberian people. We the Liberian people. You see, when we talk about a war crime code, WECC. You know, I look at it like when Jesus caught the woman in adultery, and he said, "He that never commit adultery should be the first one to throw the stone." So, you know, the war crime code is going to steer Liberia into another setback. I know other people may disagree with me here.
Okay.
We shouldn't be speaking on emotion, sentiment. The war crime code is based on our strong feeling of Liberians. You know, they continue to have that mentality of saying, we want revenge, we want retribution, we are hurting. But, you know, I totally agree that the war crime code is a necessary thing for Liberia. But I disagree within 100 days, because where you see Liberia is trying to do an economic recovery, we ran into inflation during coronavirus. A lot of things stare out the country. Now people are staying in this desolation with their family member. They don't have money to put food on the table. People are suffering. In 100 days, people are pushing the war crime code to be first. We should make the war crime code to be little bit at the bottom line. I'm not saying we should eliminate it, but we should make it to be a little bit at the bottom, and then we start at the top where we trying to look at the healthcare sector, all the public sector, to balance the country so that the country can be in a set direction. Then the war crime code can be into the middle of the 100 days. But if you just put the war crime code at the first beginning, it's going to bring a lot of setback for Liberians. It's going to destabilize. It's going to make our economy really like it's just like an equation. When you balance the equation, and 50 on this side, 50 on the other side. But if you bring the war crime code in the middle, you're going to minus the 50% of the development. And where are we heading? Where are we going to be heading? Nowhere.
Let's protect our brother Moses. Yeah, go ahead.
You see, so I agree with the war crime code, but the fact that the war crime code shouldn't be a mandatory thing right now on the table of the 100 days. The 100 days, we should be looking at the Farmington Bridge. It's going to be cut, where all the senators are driving, going to the Mangibi County. Look at that bridge over there. It's going to be cut. You understand? Then you see the economy is crashing already. Inflation is on the rise. The poor people cannot get money to help their people. Electricity is being destabilized. It's not really balanced. And then we bring in war crime code to be the first priority. We are bringing division, because we are bringing a lot of division, and we are bringing a lot of setback.
Wow,
That's
you think
how I
the
look
World
at the
Cup code is
Walker
going to
code.
be a setback? Now, I
Is
see a
it
lot
Can
of
I
no
get
no
my
no?
20
Is it
seconds?
Yaya? Is it
look,
Yaya
so
Tom?
many hands are up.
I
So
know
many
y'all, I
hands
know y'all
are
may
up.
be
I was
hurt,
the
but
first.
Yeah,
sorry,
I
my
was the
viewer
first. Don't
panelists.
play with me today.
I was the
yeah.
first.
Don't play with me today.
I
Okay,
was the
so
first.
let me take Emmy first. 20 seconds quickly, because we want to take calls from our folks
The
out
steam is
there.
on, huh?
Yeah,
Yes, the
Emmy,
steam
please go
is
ahead.
on. You got me smoking. Out of my ear and everywhere. But listen, I don't know what you mean by it's gonna set Liberia back forward. This thing is actually gonna bring, if this thing was done in Liberia, it was gonna bring jobs. That's number one. We are not paying for it. The international community already told us that if all they need is they go ahead from our president and whoever responsible to do that, and they would take care of it. How is it? So you telling me that if somebody wronged you today, you would tell the person, you say, "Oh, well, I'm not taking you to court because it's going to bring division between your family and my family," and you will leave it like that because of that? There is no
Okay,
division here. You can be facing the
thank you,
breach,
Emmy.
and the court can still be going on. There's
Thank you.
nothing there
Yes,
interfering with
Madeline.
anything.
Thank you,
So
Emmy. Let's
that's
take
me.
Cindy quickly. 20 seconds, just a quick one. Moses will respond because he's receiving some punches now. You have to respond, but
Well,
quickly.
for me, it's an academic correction for my brother. He used
Okay.
revenge. He said the Liberian people want revenge.
No. He said it's people are pushing this thing like a revenge. People are being emotional
Nelson,
about
Well,
it.
that's not what it
Nelson,
is.
you shouldn't have taken Sandy before me because that was my point. And make me make.
That's not what it is. The Liberian nobody is taking this as a
Sandy,
revenge.
do your pretty point.
Yeah,
Let
go
let
ahead,
let
Cindy.
Moses understand that there is a clear distinction between justice and revenge. Revenge is when the Liberian people are on the street trying to take law into their own hand. They are coming with personal emotion. The people are taking the court system to seek justice for what happened to them. So I want to make sure you understand that there is no revenge in this process. We have passed that stage. At this point now, we are seeking justice for what
Justice.
happened
Okay.
for our people.
Thank you. Francis, quickly.
Yeah, I think our brother Moses is also confused about how this whole thing, once the War Code is going to play out. There's no such thing as, a bridge breaking down. You can fix a bridge and have a cold case going on. So I don't know why he's thinking that, coming from that logic, because the court is separate from building a bridge. The court is separate. First of all, the court is
No,
not
but he's
taking
saying
any
that you
money
should
away from
focus
the
on building
economy.
the beaches, the breaches, focus on building the
No,
breaches,
Nelson.
put on the people table and
Nelson,
Doesn't
there's
the court is not located on the
there's
bridge?
not a proper excuse. Because first of all, the War Crime Code is not being funded by the Liberian government. So how is it taken away from healthcare? How is it taken away from education? So our brother's confused.
Thank you. Yes, Mr. Johnson, let's hear you.
Similarly,
Nelson, what have I done to you? You to never, man.
No,
Tell me.
Rudolph, I'm coming to you.
no.
Everybody cue. Everybody cue.
Similarly, Yaya Tom Nimle is number 2 for Thomas is number 2 for Yaya. You see Nimle, Yaya Nimle. Your ideas are so freaking.
Moses Thomas.
We cannot do that, man. Brother Thomas, we cannot do that. Our economics and world code at this point has been delayed for 35 years. Do you know that? Do you know how long I have been out of Liberia? It has been at least more than 30 years from invention. Do you know how I feel? Do you know why I have been kept away from Liberia? Don't you think that I need to have a closure? Why do we have to wait for 4 more years? Come on.
Okay.
That's a mistake.
My brother, listen. In my statement, I never said 4 years.
I'm coming.
Yes, I'm sorry. I never said 4 years. I said it shouldn't be
Wait
the
till you
top
get all your
pillar.
beating first.
No,
Wait till you get all your
Yes.
beating.
you will respond to all the concerns. Let's take Rudolph finally.
whipping.
Yeah, Nelson, I think I am trying to just clarify something real quick. I think when Thomas talked about I think he said revenge. I don't think he meant it like how Sandy said it. I think what he meant was if you open
Retribution. Let's say
up,
retribution. Use the
I
word.
think he meant that if you open up this soul again, other people will get angry and then they will seek revenge. But here is my answer to you, right? So revenge comes about when you have unresolved hurt, and lack of justice leads to people having their hurt unresolved. So this welcome code is doing the opposite of that. Number two, when it comes to us discussing monetary value, right? Like I think Sandy spoke about how money is passing over the country through Blaise video. Here is Nelson. There are lots of Liberians in the diaspora who are doing well for themselves and who can come back home and invest. But the problem is, I mean, we are hurt because we have not received justice for our family who were killed back home. So I feel like if justice is served, we have our own Liberians coming back to
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot, sir. But guys, Moses is just one. Just as the lone man on set with a contrary view. But anyway, go ahead, Magnus, quickly. Then let's take Moses.
With a bad opinion.
The only thing I want to tell Moses is justice delay is justice denied.
Yep.
The war ended 2004. My brother, 2004 to now is almost 20 years. How long do you want people to wait? Until all the people gone? What ended? Gone.
And some of them going yeah.
Some of them gone.
Thank you.
So in the next 10 years now, you don't have anybody, and when you said I could all that so child soya, then the people who are child soya then are the people you drag.
Now the answering question. Jesus answer in there now.
So thank you guys. Let's hear from Morris. Let's hear from Moses finally.
Nelson quickly. And this
sir. My brothers, my respected brothers. I know you guys have a lot of light. I respect your view. What I want to say, let me clarify what I was saying. You know, this is not a hurting feeling. I know you guys are hurt, but what I'm saying, I'm not supporting Thomas Yaya Nimlin. I'm not saying that they should put the war crime code to 4 years. Okay. I'm saying within the 100-day process, if you lay in the middle of the 100 days executing the duties, it should be in the middle. Because the war crime code, if you put it on the top priority, it's going to prolong the process. Then how will the 100 days development? Because war crime code is a long process. It's not something that fun when you investigating. You understand it? And what other people are doing prosecution. So it's something that it's going to prolong the developmental agenda of the 100 days. That's why I'm trying to emphasize.
Well, he's talking about war crime code now, and he's talking about access, freezing the access.
Already over
but this is serious. This is serious. And I think Moses is making a point here, right? How many things?
No, Moses not making a point.
It doesn't matter, Jesse.
Let's face it. How many things? How many issues or how many priorities are is the government going to have at once? Okay, so you're taking asset. You're taking asset. Yeah, I'll guys. You have the time.
The government can handle more than.
You're taking asset recovery. You set up a committee to run with asset recovery. It's a bucket thing. CDC try with that thing. They wait or have it, they drop it.
But you know, CDC know what they are doing.
Asset recovery is on one hand. Asset recovery is there. It's a whole. I mean,
but all these things are committee are being said.
The next thing is war crime code is coming to the picture. Now we ain't talking about the 100 days deliverable yet. I mean, don't you think Moses has a point?
Nelson, can I come in 1 second?
It's on course, Nelson. It's on course. Don't worry about it.
Guys, thank you. Let's go to the full line. Let's take few calls. Very few calls. Yeah, that baby. So 00551011075. I'll pull the WhatsApp line up.
We'll get love, but we'll make it.
Hello, you're live.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, please go ahead quickly. Let's hear you.
Hello, my friend is Thomas from Lockington.
Okay, let's hear you. Let's hear you, sir.
Well, the brother that is complaining about the country to be destabilized because of the war crime and the 100 days deliverable is worker prerogative.
Is
If
what?
he told the 100 days, that is business.
But the man is a Liberian, so he has a right to express his view on this issue. He's advising his government.
That's right. But what I want to say next thing is this. If the Senate play with the war crime, economic crime bill to pass, the civil society to compel them to sign that bill because the black people need it.
Okay, thank you.
The
Thank you.
drug business we're talking about in the country, we're growing the country because of the war, because of how the people's parents were killed. Some family left with support. So we should not play with it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir. Thank you. Let's hold you there and take another person here. Hello, your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Hashim Family calling from Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Okay, Hashim, let's hear you, sir.
Yeah, I'm so disappointed in Tommy Lesing because they World War III that have been Lesing. I lost my oldest brother. I don't lay on, and up to now I don't know if he really. So you sit down there and say the 100 days will not be the work on will not be upon the 100 days. Someone lost our family. Then I don't know if my brother is living or he is alive.
Okay.
So we need the work on code.
But Thomas said here, not the senator now. Moses Thomas here. The other Thomas we get on said he said you're being emotional about it. I mean, you guys attaching so much emotion to this war crimes code thing. That's what he says.
We are emotional because we lost our brother and sister in the war.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. May I see if I in Liberia? Let's take another call here. Hello, you live. Your name and where you call from?
Good morning, Jim. We are calling from Soaking.
Jim, let's hear you quickly. A few seconds.
Believe.
Okay, Mr. Guidi, let's hear you, sir.
I'm not in nursing. La most of them on account is so we can talk about 20 in this country.
But why you want to make the kind of show? The man is a Liberian. I mean, this platform is for everybody. Like you see now you're calling. So somebody will call and say you will not call on the show again.
You should not say, you know how long? My brother just saying that you know how long, you know how long, posted, you know, safety, get all the come to the work. All the people double, all the double put some work.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Let's read and take another person. Hello, you live. Your name and where you call from?
Oh, okay. Hello to all the panelists on the show there. Nelson and hello for long. I never tuned in.
Yeah.
I said before. But the topics on the discussion is a tedious one. It's something that people have to embrace because if you listen to Dayton Bly interview, that guy was making great sense. We need to put this to rest. There are a lot of Liberians because of what had happened in the past. That's why you see a lot of evil things going on in Liberia. You get a lot of people traumatized from the war, and they are not being thoroughly rehabilitated. And so people conduct a lot of evil. So we need to carry on that reconciliation that all Liberians would be happy with one another. Because of the war, there were a lot of evil done to people, and people are not happy.
Thank you.
So it is a great idea. Nobody should be thinking to buy time. The time is fast spent.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Let's hold you there. We'll take the last two calls and then wrap up. Let's take this call from here. Hello, you're live.
Hello.
Yes, please go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, Cedric. Yes. Yeah. So trying to support the work farm and group.
Okay.
Right now, I know it's and I think it's timely. We were not we are very young or were born during the war. We have seen the effect, and we see our parents have been grieving because of the same war.
So
Okay.
it is high time that the issue is being
Thank you.
settled, and I think that anything that will stop the development of the country. So I support it strongly.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And so we are going to squeeze in the last call now, and then we'll go back to the team for us to close.
Nancy, can I close first when you're done?
Oh, Moses, somebody say Monarch County Street. Let's take our final call here. Hello, you live. Let's hear you.
Thank you, Nelson. Thank you.
Okay.
As I'm speaking to you people, I'm even crying. I'm
Don't
a
cry,
victim
Mama.
of the war. The first one that happened to me, let rebel burn my 2 houses that I suffered to build in Maryland, Harper City. They burned it. I went to Grand Crew. While we're in Grand Crew 2003, model came. I suffered. They stabbed me all over and took the little amount I had. Somebody took me to Yaya Nimine. Yaya Nimine looked at me and said, okay, what I will do for you, since they have divided the ministries, I will send to Commerce Ministry for you to work so you can come up. At that time, I was speaking to you, I had 9, 10 living children and children striving. He sent me that they said no space. So I had to go to general ministry. Because I was working with general ministry at that time, Charles Taylor time. I decided, because we're not taking pay, Charles Taylor prepared that one check. The Muslim Cooper would divide out of sight, out of mind. I was not getting paid. So when I went to him, what his children did to me, stabbed me all over and took my money. I know their name, G and other people. They're from Granji there. Double, all of them, I know their names.
So
I
in
even appeared
conclusion,
before TRC, I told them.
In conclusion.
So what I'm saying now is, we all affected. We all hurt. But then, President Bouaka should not make War Crime Code his number 1 priority.
That's what I was saying. Thank God. Hey. Yes.
Had campaign message.
Please mute.
He said, come. The campaign messages, they one were not there, war crime or not there. So what he told, the change he told Liberia that he coming to make, let him start with Ife before he come to war crime. War crime will come, but let it be in the middle.
So, Mama, let me ask you one question, man. And you call the other day. You say you're a supporter of CDC, right?
I am.
Okay. And do you think the CDC government you supported did well by not establishing a war crimes code for the past 6 years?
Okay. Why the CDC didn't open it is, you see, my Helen, she's one of those that brought the war. My Helen. So George Weah, a respectful son and a peaceful citizen, did that because of my Helen. Because my Helen will not be just the Helen business. I'm telling you.
So he wanted to protect the old man, so that's why he did it, right?
That the old man. Because the old man will cry behind him.
But you think the old man alone, protecting the old man alone is more important than bringing justice for the thousands of Liberians that have been crying? You think it was fair?
It was not fair, but sometimes look at her age now. If TRC should go for her, or if the court should go for her, you know how many Liberians will be hurt? You know it.
Wow.
So that when he look at, he said, no, let me forgo it.
Okay, so you want Bouaka to forgo it too, right? You want Bouaka to forgo it for now, and he should just let it
No,
be, right?
Bouaka, that's the only way he will get support, because he has no international support anyway. And Americans are trying to use this to support Liberia.
Okay. Thank you, man.
America is not a love. Yeah, it's not a love for Liberia. They 3 sisters that Prince Johnson kid at Banavie Junction, right to my cousins, beside my cousin's house. Those 3 sisters. Those 3 Carlos sisters that were killed. Why America doing that? It's not because of President Doe.
Thank you.
I'm telling you the living story. It's not because of Doe.
Thank you,
man. Sisters, those 3 norms that he killed. That's the reason why.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate you. I appreciate your contribution tonight. Thank you very much. We hope to have you longer time so we can, you can really express yourself. But we're out of time now.
You call me, I will give you more, because I work in the Doe government. I work in the Taylor government. And I just came here in 2002 when my son died. So my honor son went for me to rest.
Okay.
So I know.
Thank you.
I don't think the sister Prince Johnson killed. That's the reason why American running. I'm here. I hear the story all the time. I don't think sister, not because of the love of Liberians or the love of I don't call it a president.
Thank you, ma'am. We appreciate you. Yeah, we appreciate you a whole lot. Thanks a lot.
Yes, you cannot do my closing first.
Wow. But what are you celebrating, Moses? Are you serious?
Yes. No.
You celebrating what you're hearing right now?
No, actually, the woman was speaking the truth. She was speaking nothing but the truth, and everything she spoke was just in line with what I just said. What the woman said is what it just went directly with me. Coincidence.
Against Baga's agenda. She's a sedition. She's against this agenda. That's what she's doing. Baga did talk about what Franco doing his campaign, so that wasn't true.
Okay. Guys, let's do our closing now. Let's take 1 minute each to close. Moba, please start.
Thank you. We understand all the stories our mother just, talk about, but end of the day, I think everybody got to get a closure. Like, we need a war crime code. If Thomas Yaya think that what he did during the war, he never killed innocent people. He was there defending his people. Let him go, testify. And when he will be exonerated, so shall it be. But you shouldn't be afraid. And our mother talking about Prince John. Prince John not only killed 3 people before, like Prince John, whether he did it or not, with the book got evidence on him, not even know people, other people then, let him go prove it innocent. All of that, let we just forget about it and focus on the war crime code. Let people start holding, putting it in.
Thank you.
It was a great show. Thank you.
Thank you, Moba. Moses, you want to do your closing?
Yeah, my brother. I want to say to my respected panel again, once again, our emotions are driven into this war crime code a lot. We shouldn't take our emotion. I understand we all were hurt during the war. Who wasn't hurt? Everybody. But my point here is what the lady just said. Let's put this war crime code in the middle of the equation, not at the top. Because if you put it at the top, it's going to delay the developmental agenda of His Excellency Honorable Joseph Numa Bwaka. The war crime code is a long process. It should be in the middle. It shouldn't be at the let's say in the first beginning. That is why. But my people, my fellow Liberians, everybody who listens to me,
Moses, just for clarity.
Yeah.
You when you say in the middle, at what point you think this administration should establish that code?
I'm saying they should execute it, but what I'm saying is,
in the middle, like third year or what?
Exactly.
No, not third year. No. I'm not saying third year. I'm saying after the first year. Okay, the second year should be,
But the second year. So you and Senator Nimle, you're almost on the same path. Senator Nimle said 4.
No, he's saying 4 years, all the way 4 years.
But you said
okay, let me rephrase it. I'm not basing on year right now. I'm not basing on year. I'm saying when I say in the middle, I'm saying as he implementing what he has said during his campaign. Okay. He can execute a mortar tax, but as he multitasking, he should bring the war crime code in the middle. I'm not saying they shouldn't bring the war crime code. I support it 100%.
Thank you.
But they should bring the war crime code.
It's been past 20 years?
No, it's not 20 years. I'm saying as he can multitask, but not to put it at the first.
Thank you, Moses. Thanks a lot, sir. Let's take a closing from Mr. Johnson, and then we take Mr. Sende.
I was gonna wait till the last, but you brought me. That's okay.
I can go. Where I can go.
Moses, we've been waiting for 35 years. Moses, we've been waiting for 35 years, and he said contributing to the fact that we should stay away for another a year or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. I just don't understand that. How do you defend it?
No.
We've been waiting for 35 years. And you're still saying that, you're still suggesting that we should wait. You are Yaya Nimle number 2. Thank you. And at the end of the day,
Thank
At
you.
the end of the day, I think I'm gonna pray to God that Justice Yuma Walker president, please keep the motivation on. Please be motivated. Let's continue this journey you started today, and let's keep moving forward.
Thank you.
Liberia is being kept under perpetual subjugation because we refuse to implement justice and accountability. When justice is denied, accountability is denied. That means that we need to move forward. Nobody's going to come and aid and help Liberia because we don't have no justice systems. We have people that are hurt that cannot have the opportunity to be heard. We
Thank
cannot do this any further. Let's keep moving. Just
Thank
like you want to get president, Excellency, please keep this process moving. We are looking forward to support you in any way, form, and shape. If Prince Johnson should attempt to destabilize this country or think about that idea, he is going to be doing a huge mistake because some of us are watching. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Francis, you want to go?
Yeah, I mean, my brother Marvin had equations are giving me headache because the whole thing, the equation. What kind of equation? You talk about multitasking. The court doesn't start today, and everything else stops until the whole court, the whole investigation finished before we can build bridge, before we can reduce the cost of gasoline, before agricultural farmers can go on the farm. That's not how government works. If the case is going on, it's going to take months, probably a year, or whatever the case may be to exhaust the entire thing. So we're not going to be sitting down and people be hungry. So all these things are talking about, oh, that way. No, even I call her, I came on. You can tell she biased. She's Judge Ripper. Judge Ripper did not. Newsflash to her, Judge Ripper did not bring the court because Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. He was just incompetent and he did not want to get on the wrong side of Prince Johnson. He was in front of Prince Johnson, not because Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. So the whole thing about, oh, let's wait until the middle, we don't even know which middle you're talking about, middle of 6 years or middle of 3 months. We're talking about the first 100 days. We already gone almost 40 days in the first 100 days. So when is it? What's the middle?
Thank you.
Thank
you, sir. Let's take Magnus. Magnus, go ahead.
All right. I mean, Nelson. The people who say 100 days, it's too early and this and this. The president agenda is the arrest agenda. And I mean, the arrest agenda stands for agriculture, roads, rule of law, education, sanitation, and water, and tourism. So the war crime code is definitely under the rule of law. I mean, this war crime code has been an issue and people have used it to intimidate other people. For me, I just wanted War Crime Code to cancel Jefferson Kojideng and start telling Prince Johnson they will bring War Crime Code because they don't want him to ably represent his people. Because that's all CDC use the War Crime Code for. To just intimidate people. When you want to speak, you say, oh, you want to talk about the money we owe Nima, people will bring War Crime Code, then the paper will go say that. So everything go and be done with so that the papa, if he will be exonerated, so he can live a life and live an old age in peace, so that everybody can know that what he lived for and what he's doing is let him be a free man. So I mean, it's necessary for the War Crime Code to come.
Thank you.
24. We waited for 20 years. We can't wait another. 10 years. And that whole idea that we didn't bring War Crime Code because of Madam Seri.
Agnes, thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Wow. So thank you on the platform means it's okay.
Yellow light.
No, it means slow down.
Yellow light.
No. For most of you, thank you means keep moving. No, thank you.
That's what it is. Go on.
But no, let's take Rudolph, right? Yeah, Rudolph, go ahead.
Nelson, and to all of you panelists, when that lady called and she started explaining, honestly, I was in sympathy with her because her story was, it started off sad. But let me say on this platform that I take back my sympathy because that lady represents a failed generation that has led us to where we are today. For her to even
she's watching. I hope you know she's watching.
Yeah, I know, and that's why I am taking it back because she is watching. Nelson, for her to come on here and hail Mr. Weir for not bringing this code because of one individual, that is shameful. And she shouldn't even be saying it here. But to close, and I will just end up on my brother Moses. Moses, the issue of welcome code, it doesn't happen in a daytime. This, I mean, the agreement is going to be signed maybe soon, but it takes process to build this code. You need things in place for you to even start investigating. So the process, the whole code might not even start until the third year of this meeting. We don't know. So those people who are saying that it should be started towards the third or fourth year, they know what they are saying, because they know that JMB is the only man who can bring this. If JMB goes, whoever comes next, imagine, let's just assume we bring on Jeremiah Kuhn. They know that he will not bring the welcome squad because of his ties to Prince Johnson. So they are being smart. JMB is the only person who can do this, and that's why he is doing it. Thank you, Nelson.
Thank you. Wow, it's good you understood. You understood the thank you very well. But let's take Alfred Konowa. Mr. Konowa,
Yes,
it's good to have you on. Please do your
well,
closing.
thank you so much for the conversation tonight.
Now, opening
Yeah,
and
but
closing.
Alfred, seriously, I have a problem with your resolution. Why are you looking so yellow or orange? You know,
Man, I told you I'm trying to set up. We started the show today. I told you I'm trying to set up this thing here.
No. I have to clarify this because I don't want to be here. You started coming on the show as a black guy, dark skin, but now you're turning orange or anyway.
I started the show today with you. I told you say I got some gadget and I must start training the gadget. You see,
no, don't show your gadget.
You see my microphone set up. You see it. I trying to set up the thing here. I still having problem with the computer. I don't use it regularly. So I trying to set up. Look, that's one thing. Nothing. That's one thing I don't do. I am very proud of my skin.
No. Go ahead. Do your closing, sir.
I'm not one of those people who want to try to be white people.
Oh my God,
no
Alfred.
That can't happen to me.
Alfred, stop clarifying.
All right. I will be an African and I will be a dark African.
You don't want to do that.
Well, we got light skinned African. What are you talking about?
Well, but not Liberia is African, right? That's a shame.
Dark and short too.
So let me do my closing.
I've never seen an orange African, my man.
Let me do my closing.
And that's the point.
I mean, I'm having my that do that thing to net. That do our show here.
Do your closing, sir.
Well, let's be serious here, my people. I've been listening to the conversation in the back, and it's important that we remind our people that Liberia cannot move forward. It will continue to they put out and face the cake. How they can call it when you kiss, kissing the cake. When we continue to do that,
icing the cake.
Yeah, when we continue to icing impunity in our country, this country will not move forward until we stand up as a people to change the trajectory of this country. War and economic crime code is not a death sentence. It is all about investigating and finding out what really happened in our crisis and bringing an end to it. So those that have the greatest responsibility will be able to say yes, to own up to those greater responsibility. That's what the war and economic crime code is all about. Second, the reason why we need this to happen in our country, to set precedent for bad behavior, so that people will not continue to do bad behavior and believe that they can do it and get away with it. I was a kid during this war. My uncle left our home, he never came back. I don't know whether he's still living. He told us he was going and he walking. Whether we just hear news. I never saw him again since then. So all of us got affected by this war, and those that bear the greatest responsibility to own up to it, so that we can stop bad behavior. Thank you so much tonight, my brother.
Thank you. So we left with Cindy and Amy. So Amy, go first before Cindy, because you say Cindy is always speaking her mind.
I beg to leave, Nelson. Let me leave you guys.
So but it's the closing anyway. Hey, Lynn, I've been looking for you too in Miami, huh? Bring me back to Silvernet. But anyways, yeah, this you guys have said it all. War and Economics Crime Corps. Let me tell y'all, it was on White Guy's agenda. He ran on it. I don't know. Anyway, maybe that Oma under the Sakimoshi said she didn't hear the message. She said, but it was not there. It was there, Oma. Go listen to all the campaign tips and you will hear it. Okay. And when you started the story, I thought you were about to tell us, say, why is this guy saying that we should push it back? We need to know that you're telling us to push it back as well. What? Guess what, Omar? I mean, sympathy with you. We all got story, but what you want? If we call 10,000 or 5 million people that we have, the more we want it. If you don't want it, we want it. And that's what's going to happen. And that's what Mr. Barker promised us. And that's what we want. And he can walk, chew, crawl, do everything at the same time. So he's not using any money from his pocket, from the budget to do it. And we want it, it's been put back way long enough. We don't need it to be put back anymore. We want it done. We want our country to develop. It's not going to do anything but keep, like, if we keep putting it back, the way Liberia look now, like it's not moving, stagnant, dirty, no development. No, in 21st century, we still talking about electricity, and you're talking about, oh, it's going to stop development. What development has been going on in the first place that it's going to stop? What has been going on? That you're think that bringing this court going to hinder? You tell me. Come on, man. We need to be serious and start. He knows what he's doing. He's the one who has the agenda. He's the 100-day deliverable. He already did his calculation, and I'm pretty sure he knows his 100-day deliverable is on track. And War and Economics Crime Corps, yeah, we want it. We here for it, and we will be on his back till it's come. Thank you.
I think Nelson disappeared for some reason. You guys can
go ahead, Sandy. Nelson disappeared.
Look, civil education is important for Liberians. I don't know why they took it away. They took our civic away, but we need it back. Apparently, some of us do not understand that there are three branches of government in our country: the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. President Bouaka have this on his agenda, but let us remember now that we are at this point because 42 of our representatives sign on this bill and say we want it for our people. There are 72 electoral districts in Liberia. 42 out of the 72, do the math, that's more than half. That means more than half of those representing us as a people, after consultations with their districts, come and say we want this. Basically, that is saying more Liberians want this than those that don't want it. We elected those individuals to represent us. Not all of us will go to the House or will go to government and speak on our behalf. And that's why we elected those individuals to represent us. 42 out of the 72 said this is good for Liberia. Waka didn't put a hand up in our house to say I want it. The representatives that represent us said they want it for Liberia. Why are we putting this on Waka? Are you telling us now that the representatives who we elected to represent us don't know what is good for us anymore? Are we saying that those 42 representatives don't know what is good for Liberia anymore? Once this thing has been passed through the lower house, let the upper house do the right thing to sign onto it. But if they refuse to do it, the president has the power to establish this court through a bill that don't need a signature from the Senate. What my position?
I think I'm going to disagree with you, and that is the wrong process. Because such
my own any now.
no such an
He's
doing closing.
Because he's taking too long, but I'm gonna give you a chance. I'm sorry, I apologize.
You can come back. You can come
I know,
back.
Cindy having a ball.
Yeah, Nelson is done. Yes, so I have my time.
20 more seconds. I'm here.
That's what he said. He's using
so what I think is the right thing to do This code should not just focus on going after the perpetrators. There is a need for us to rehabilitate Liberians
Right.
that were directly or indirectly affected by this war. The child soldiers that were recruited still are mentally disabled. You find them as Zoko, some of them on the streets. We need proper rehabilitation services for Liberians. So those that will be sponsoring this war and economic crime code should also think about rehabilitating Liberians. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Mr. Cindy. We appreciate you for that wonderful closing. I want to say thank you. No, it's good. It's good. You're making progress. You're making
10 hours
progress.
of closing.
I told you I was working on the team.
They say patient don't eat the fattiest bone. I was the last. I get more time.
I don't know how it happened. I don't know how it happened, but Cindy.
The next thing you understood that you don't want to win away so that it can happen.
No, unfortunately, I encounter a little bit of technical issues here. But I want to say thanks to everyone. I really appreciate you all. Mr. Alfred Konowa, thank you for being here tonight. Mr. Norris Johnson, we appreciate you, sir. It's been a long time. Thanks for being here tonight. We appreciate you.
We need to talk tomorrow.
Yeah, certainly. I appreciate you for being here tonight as well. Mr. Francis Jabate, we appreciate you, sir. Word of mouth. Thanks for being. You're always eating on the show. Francis is always breaking our rule. Mr. Thomas, Moses Thomas, thanks for being here as well. We appreciate you. You took some punches, but that was okay.
That's the least of the rules to worry about.
And Jawu Cindy, Mr. Cindy, thanks for being here. We appreciate you. And
Ray, what are you doing? I tell you, you're busy. You're not coming. You're not busy. Why aren't you here?
The man that got me in the bar whole deal. Don't mind, man. The damn kind of bro. I will make sure you will sleep somewhere.
Oh, I mean today. But I want to say thank you.
Boy, economic crime court coming for you.
But I appreciate you, man. It's been a great show. Bye bye to everyone.
Good night,
Let's have a good night. Look forward to coming. Yeah. So I mean, you have to remain here until I end this live. You're not going.
No, dude. Well, you're going already. So why do I have to be here by myself?
No, I just have to. Okay. Thank you, Emmy.
I can go now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir. A special one from the CEO.